Good morning. Welcome to this wonderful stretch class with me, Rob. So stretch and mobility, great way to start your Saturday morning. I can't believe it's been a week. So here we go. Let's go and find ourselves a drink of water. Cheers. Good morning and hydrate. Close the door, let people know you're taking part in the fitness class this morning, and let's get training. Find yourself a space. Make sure your equipment is all out of the way, and then find yourself a nice, comfortable mat. Okay, we're going to work on some ankle flexibility, some movement as well. Then we're going to work through our mobility exercises, and then we're going to work on some balance and controlled moves. If you do want to make your moves slightly harder, and it's not a massive amount of weight, something like maybe a kilo, 2 kilo ball might be good for you as well, but you really don't need anything at all with it. But it might just make it a little bit more interesting as we offset. But let's start off where we are. Find yourself your mat, place your feet underneath your seat bones, make a fist, place it between your feet, and feel that you're now standing nice and straight. From here, we're just going to bring our hands onto our hips and bring our shoulders back into play. What we're going to try and do here is roll as far forward over the knuckles of our feet as possible. The pelvis jump forwards, the shoulders back into position. Now each time, try and roll those toes just a little bit further, up and over. Get the knuckles down to the ground each time. Now really encourage the pelvis to drive forwards for you, and now allow your arms to reach down behind your back. Now if you can, you're going to interlock your hands and push your chest forward and lift your arms up just slightly behind you. So the posterior movement of the arm, you're going to feel a bit of a lengthening through the chest and a lengthening through the tricep as well. Now the key part to this movement is trying to get those knuckles to flex as far over as you can each time. The pelvis is forward, the shoulders are back, the chest is up, the chin is up. Hold the position here. Now from here, we're just going to work on a side movement out to the side and flex and then come back in again. So it's not a huge movement. And it's also about ensuring that the knee continues to face forwards. So as you step to the side, we're flexing, the knee drives forward and then comes back into play. Now, as you do this, the tendency here is to want to drop the chest. So I want to keep your chest up nice and high. Now, as you do this move, try and go a little bit wider, and you'll start to feel your inner thigh into your adductors. Now, as you push up, I want you to see if you can control the movement and balance. So this foot stays off the floor. So we step wide, knee tracks forward, feet in parallel to each other. Press off, push your pelvis forward, keep your balance. And again. Now this isn't about how many repetitions can you do. This is about controlled, safe movement. So push, drive, parallel, and work again. Now again, it's not about trying to get your bum down to the floor, but if you can go lower, allow yourself to go lower. If your adductors will allow the give, if the glutes will allow, if the knee will allow. But notice that the chest is always staying up. If you have 2 patches here on your chest, they're always staying pointing up to the ceiling. One more here. And release. Shake it out, give a shake out the legs. And again, fist gap the feet. Posture, pelvis forward, step out to the left, and again, the knee tracks forward and come back up again. Now, if your ankle mobility is quite poor, what you'll find is that you'll have to stick your bum back further and your adductors will have to work a little bit harder. So if you're finding this tough in the ankle, and I do, because I've got a spur in my ankle at the base of my tib, I need to get sorted out. You'll find that the ankle will lock, so something else has to change in your physique. So, now that doesn't necessarily mean that we've all got a spur at the base of our tib. So it could be that you're just very immobile in your ankle if you're struggling with this. So practice, do calf stretching, shin movements. So things like going up onto tiptoes, trying to stretch things like the peroneus at the front of the shin here, the tibia anterior. Have a look on YouTube as well for some of those exercises, or send me a message and I can send you some videos or some links that will help you. Now, two choices here. Either arms still locked behind the back, or alternatively, arms facing forwards into it. Your choice. One more, whichever level you're going with. Good. And release. Okay, so shake your legs out. Balance on your left foot. Rotate your right foot over the top. Control the right foot back. Rotate round in a circumductor circle to back around. So we're feeling the glutes working nice and hard. Nice controlled circular movement. Now this isn't about how low you can go or how wide or whatever. This is about, can you keep your balance? It's a single leg movement. And if you want to challenge your body, because you've got it, then take your foot wider. Now, if you're struggling because you've got a knee problem or a hip problem or a back problem, then grab yourself the wall, yeah? It's not going to move, and allow that movement here. Don't chicken out from the exercise. If you're coming back from an injury, you need to keep movement. Now, the essential part here is that the foot faces directly forwards. We're allowing the other leg to swing and oscillate gently and controlled as we go around the move. Now, as we're swinging that leg around, we're going to see if we can get it to come around the front a little bit further to the side, then control it back and around. Can you go a little bit further? Now, when you get to here, if you lose balance, I love it. It's good. Keep moving, keep it strong. Now, as we rotate round again this time, you're going to give me the furthest you can get around here, and then you're going to place this foot down to the floor and feel a lovely big opening out on the outside of the glute medius. So this muscle group pulls our leg, it abducts to the side. Push balance, hold, let the leg come back round, rotate, and release. Shake it out and take a walk around. So I might have got a little bit tight in the glutes there. Give it a little shake, get the pelvis moving. Grab yourself a drink of water, because you do get quite thirsty in this class. You're doing a lot of breathing. Okay, let's check again. Fist gap between the feet. 5 toes facing forward, unless you've got 6 or less, I don't know. And then balance. Okay, so right leg oscillates round, and you're going to find you might get more or less movement, and you're going to find that so my balance is worse on my left side here. So I've really got to work hard to fire my neurons from my brain to the muscles, to the neuromuscular pathway. Every single time has got to work really hard for me here. And it's also partly, again, because of the inflexibility of my ankle, and you might find this the same for yourself. If the inflexibility is there, the neuromuscular pathway isn't there, we then get imbalance. And it's important to find these points and train them and work them hard. So if you're finding this tough, and believe me, this is tough for me, you've really got to work your brain to make it happen here. Now, if you're struggling on rotation and keeping the balance, just bring your arms out wider to stabilize and help. Grab the wall, whatever. Give yourself range, give yourself movement. Allow yourself to turn. Can you keep the strength in that left ankle? Can you keep the strength in that left knee? Can you rotate through the body? Now we're going to do 2 more here. And again, don't worry if you fall off balance. I want you to fall off balance. Every now and again, you get that wobble and you've challenged your brain a little bit further. all these brain training exercises on these games on people's phones, they're great for analytical work. But for me, this is one of the best things you could do every single day. See if you can do it with your eyes closed. Last one round, and again, I want you to go and develop the stretch of that glute medius. So that foot's going to go round. I'm going to step a little bit further, place the foot to the floor, give myself the rotation through the hip. And again, don't worry if your foot might be all the way around. I don't know. Everyone's got different flexibility and strength. Push off it and walk out. Shift out, it's massively opens your hips. Andrew, that's perfect for you in your lower back, by the way. That's really good. Great technique there, mate. Well done. Good stuff. Cheers. Have a drink of water. Take it through a butt kick. Tony, great work there, mate. I saw you going completely off balance. Jen, really good on the width and the range. Good on the point. Richard as well. Very good. Nice on the range as well. Great because of your pelvis movement. Now, here we go, guys. I can't stop that. Sorry, phone call going off at the same time there. Okay, so from here, taking our feet back under seat bones, make that measurement again, pelvis forward, shoulders back, and then drop down through, reaching towards your toes. Drop your chin on your chest, your crown of your head down to the floor, and fold your arms, point your elbows down to the ground and hold. Hold that position there. Nice, excellent. Okay, so this is called our ragdoll position here. So, we've got our elbows down to the ground, chin down on our chest, the crown of the head down to the floor. Lovely big extension through the back of the legs. Unfold the arms. Slowly pull yourself back up through into standing, drive the pelvis forwards. Extend the arms up wide, reach up high overhead, and let the thumbs come back anatomically here. Now, push forward on your pelvis, bring your chin back, jaw back. Lengthen your chin away to look behind you and overhead. Now, keeping the toes spaced slightly in, the heels pushed out just a touch. For some of you, that might feel knock-kneed. Come forward again, flex through, drop down, fold the arms, draw down on the chest, chin down, nose down. Lovely big stretch through the back of the legs. And again, unfold. Slowly pulling yourself back up through into standing. Stretch out wide into T, reach up overhead. Lean back, jaw back, chin back, nose back. Look to the wall behind you. Now from here, can you raise up onto the balls of your feet? Drive. Now feel what happens to your heels. They'll want to try and turn in. We're going to keep the heels in plane and held. Web the fingers out nice and wide. Release. Step out of it. Shake it out. You should be feeling loads taller. If you do a lot of running, this is going to help hip flexion, extension. You're going to run faster. You're going to fold again. Down to the floor. Chin down, jaw down, nose down. Our crown of our head down to the floor. The arms fold. We lengthen through the back of the body. Again, we unfold the arms. We slowly come up through into standing, drive pelvis forward. Again, arms extend, thumbs facing right behind us. We extend through onto the ball of the feet. Push the heels out just slightly. We bring the chin back, jaw back, nose back, looking behind us. And see if you can get a bit more extension through those toes. Go on, raise up, get those heels as high off the floor as you can. Push the heels out, stabilize and support. 4, 3, reach back further, extend. 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. Good work. Take a drink of water. Fabulous. Okay. So from here, we're now going to take it to our lunge work. So our feet stay fist gap apart. If you struggle with lunges, do it on 2 bits of laminate floor and follow your feet on those. Alternatively, use your yoga mat so that you're stepping in plane to the edge of your mat. So I'm going to move my mat out of the way for this one actually, because sometimes slides. Okay, so if you're using the laminate floor, make sure that your second toe is on the laminate floor. Obviously, I don't know how wide your laminate floor is, so just check yours. But you want to make sure that your feet are fist bones apart on those lines. Now, step forward with your left foot, drop through into lunge, okay, and then step back up and come back into plank. Now, what I want you to do is just we're going to work 10 here, just with the left leg going forward and back. Now, the challenge here is to make sure that the second toe lands on the line, and when we lunge down, the knee lands on the line as well. The push up of the leg will drive back up into standing, the feet come side by side. We're going to work through this move here. Nice controlled drop, push up and drive, step back up into standing. Now, keeping the shoulders right back, chest up nice and high. Now, if you're struggling to get down there, again, use the wall, use a chair, whatever you need to. Make sure you've got an exit strategy to get yourself back up. The longer the leg stride you can take, the better. The posture here, the shoulders back into plane, stand up again and through. Now, dare you take the longest stride. Can you push further forward? Keep your shoulders right back, drop the knee down to the ground, step strong, push back up. Two more here, let's go. One more here. And release, shake out that leg, okay. Change it over, let's work on the right foot. Step forward, nice, strong lunge, and push back up. Now, again, I'm never worried as long as you're giving me progress. So if you get to here and you come back out of it, that's great. Drop through, shoulders back, press up the stand and the back leg. Come on, let's go again. Posture, drop, stand, extend. Again, every single time that knee tracking down, perfectly down towards the floor. Square your pelvis forwards in the direction that you're going. Lower, drive, press. Work 3 more here for me. 2 more here. 1 more here. And relax. Okay, so this time definitely use a mat. Okay, I'm going to turn it slightly onto an angle for you so it's easy for you to see. If you know you struggle with your knees, grab a cushion or a pillow for you to rest on. I should have got you a little bit out of breath there. Now, front lunge. Drop the knee down to the floor. Step the left foot forward for me. Extend the right leg so the right toes go down, knuckles down to the ground. Square your pelvis forwards and bring your shoulders back. Now from here, pulse forward and come back up. And I want you to feel the front of the thighs extending and through into the top part of your hip, into that hip flexor as well. Now from here, you can just rest your arms up on your head or behind your neck, and so you're grasping onto the back of your upper arms. Now from here, the back foot, toes to little toe, flat down to the floor. Push forward pelvis, come back up through into extension. Now again, if you want to, you can extend the front foot just a little bit further. Feel that movement through. Now, if you're struggling because it's pulling on your neck muscles, bring your hands down over your hips and drive through again. Now, take this forward as far as you can. Now bring your chest up and your shoulders back. Take your right hand up and overhead because you've got your left foot forward. If you've got your right foot forward, bring your left hand up. Stretch, push your right hip to the side. You feel a lovely lengthening all the way through the side oblique or the internal external oblique on the right side. And as you lean back into it and push your pelvis forward, you're going to find a lovely extension through the abdominal and lean back and push the arm a little bit further. Release, come back through into standing, push your arms back. Keep your chin off your chest, release the arms and relax. Step back out of it, sit on the back of your heels if you can. If you struggle to sit on the back of your heels, stick a cushion or something underneath it so you can sit on the back of that. Make sure that your shoelaces or your top of your feet are down to the floor. Drive your shoulders back into position. See how far you can sit. Now, if you're struggling to get here and you can feel your quadriceps, your front of your thighs are screaming at you, you need to do some work on those flexibilities. So do some quad stretching every single night. From here, step forward, drive pelvis forward, step forward on the right foot, and we're going to do the same movement here. Now again, the gap between the feet, if we had 2 feet forwards, would be fist gap apart. Both feet are nicely tram-lining forwards. The pelvis driven forward, the shoulders back into plank. Now as we drive forward with the front knee, we feel the lengthening through the front of the thigh again. From here we can overlap our arms overhead and back. Push forward on the chest, feel the hip flexor extend. Five more here. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now, bringing it down. Bring your hands to your right thigh or behind your back just to give a bit more push. See if you can lengthen through that hip flexors, so the front of the left thigh. Again, we've got our right knee forward this time, so I'm going to raise my left hand up, grabbing the right wrist and just tilt over to the side. Bring the shoulders back. Again, the side part of the tummy muscles really for the extension. So rectus abdomini getting a lengthen. Certainly the internal external obliques working hard. TVA, the transverse abdomini, working hard as well. Just give it that little length. Lean over to the side. Keep the hip flexion or hip extension good. 2, 1, and release. Now, hardest bit's getting out of this. So we bring our knees back to the floor. Tuck our knees out nice and wide. Bring our feet together. Sit back on the heels. Roll down so our forearms are flat to the floor. Forehead down to the ground. Bottom back for a nice extension through the lower back. Toes together, the heels down. And we're trying to push our bottom now down towards those heels. Web the fingers out nice and wide. Spread out the fingers. Good work. Slowly stepping back up and through. Coming through to standing for me. Again, grab yourself a drink of water should you need. And to finish, we're going to work on to lateral balance. So, cheers, take a drink. Okay, so from here, standing up strong, and then hands down, back onto your hips. Stand on the right leg, take your left foot out wide, tilt your torso over to the right side. To help this, plan to flex your left foot as far as you can, and extend your right arm up and hold the balance here. Extending the fingers out as wide as you can, so web the fingers out and keep the palm sets facing up towards the ceiling. Tilt a little bit further, keep your chest up. Maintain the balance, plan to flex the foot, point the toe away and hold. 8, 7, can you go further? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, control. Slowly pull up. Slow. Slow. Keep the foot off the ground. Flex the knee up high. Lean back and hold. 8, 7, 6, and 5. 4. Bonus points for coming onto the ball of your foot. 2, 1, and release. Step out. Shake it out. Well done. Shake up both ankles. Take your stance again. Feet facing forwards. Make the fist between the feet. 5 toes forward. Pelvis forward. Shoulders back. Drop the arms down by the side. Extend the right leg out to the side. Plant to flex. Point the toe away. Extend the left arm out straight and push and reach. And if you lose your balance, it's not a problem. It's your workout. Drive forward in your pelvis. You want to be challenging your body every single time. Then progress, not perfection. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly pull back up through into standing. Keep this foot off the floor. Flex the knee up nice and high. Lean back. Thumb up and behind you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. Circumduct your hips one way. Circumduct the other. Forward fold, drop down, fold your arms, point your elbows to the ground. Draw on the chest, crown your head down to the floor. Take a deep breath in for 4. And then slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfold, circle, stretch, and release. Interlock your fingers, give it a hokey cokey around one way, around the other way as well, and release. Cool, well done. Really, really well trained. Grab water, take a sip, look around your lips, hydrate. Beautiful, beautiful training this morning. Well done, very good. So stop the recording on there. And fabulous. Well done.